Hello and welcome to Bell Direct from the Helm series. I'm Grady Wolf, market analyst with Bell Direct, and today I am thrilled to be joined by Ken Brinsden, the non-executive chairman and director of Patriot Battery Metals, and that is a name that is driving the markets and driving headlines this year for its assets in James Bay region of Quebec in Canada. Now, Ken, you have such an extensive experience in mining, let alone at Patriot now, with big names including Pilbara Minerals, Aluka Resources and many more. Tell us a little bit about your experience in mining.
Yeah, I'm a mining engineer by training and typically been involved in operations and project management, project development, and then in particular in the last 15 years or so, specialising in junior companies and growing production and building mines. So yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Now your experience has yet today to go to the James Bay region, and you've now added this to your scope. What makes the region attractive, especially for lithium assets?
Yeah, it's a fantastic province, Quebec, and relatively underexplored. It's genuinely elephant country, and I think Patriot's Corvette project just proves that. Yeah, and there's a lot to like about Quebec as a mining jurisdiction. To be honest, it reminds me a lot of Western Australia. It has all those hallmarks of being a great mining jurisdiction, steeped in mining culture, lots of mine development across a varied suite of commodities. So for all those reasons, I think it's a really great place to go. And now you've got the effect of the growth that's going on in North American and European markets with respect to battery demand. So ideally located in Canada to be able to participate in those markets.
Absolutely. And for any investors who may not have heard of Patriot Battery Metals before, can you give us a quick overview of the company and where it's at in terms of developing and producing lithium?
Yeah, Patriot was an early mover in Quebec in securing key ground, prospective for lithium. That all started it was well over 3 years ago now. And they secured a key piece of the Greenstone Belt in central Quebec and the James Bay region that's proven to be unbelievable geology, and we're onto a very important discovery there. It has all the hallmarks of being one of the great ones globally, I think. So yeah, the fact that they got moving early, secured the best ground, and they've been really aggressive with their drill programs would indicate that we've got a great project on our hands and probably gets better from here. Now,
Albemarle, the former bidder of Liontown Resources, has recently acquired a stake in obviously Patriot Battery Metals. How significant is it having such a name as an investor in the company?
Yeah, no, really important and a key objective for Patriot. What we're up to there is just ensuring that on the assumption there's going to be a great mine, that it can be supported with future chemical initiatives running off the back of the mine supply. So for us, engaging with the chemical sphere, but in particular Albemarle, who are really well credentialed in the development of these chemical conversion facilities ex-China, which is obviously what's required to support the North American and European supply chain. So really happy with that relationship, and we expect that to grow over time.
Now, lithium has done it tough, there's no denying that in 2023, but the outlook is very, very strong. How does this play into strategic moves for Patriot Battery Metals?
Yeah, it's obviously been a tricky time for equity holders, and I can appreciate difficult to understand some of those moves in the lithium game, but in lithium, it's still a relatively young industry and it's growing off a relatively small base. And what that means is that from time to time you are going to get these disconnects between underlying demand and the supply base. Now, I look at all that and happily see through the current sort of noise and think that lithium is a really good place to play the new energy paradigm. It seems to me continues to be obvious that mine supply is still going to struggle. Having built a few mines, I know how hard it is, and it feels like supply will continue to lag demand. And in fact, just recently, there's been a lot of discussion about EV demand falling away. Well, nothing could be further from the truth.
Yeah.
One of the challenges the Western world has is to keep up with China.
Yeah.
Chinese EP production is in record territory. They're exporting to the rest of the world now at a huge rate. And Western OEMs are now in quite a difficult position because not only do they have to rebuild their supply chains to suit the EV future, they're now competing with really competitive product from China in their own markets. So nothing wrong with EV demand. I think the demand side is fine, and now it's up to the industry to continue to supply over time.
Yeah, now talking about a production timeline, can you update us on the production timeline for Patriot Battery Metals, where we're at and what the outlook is moving forward?
Yeah, so the team's been hard at it. In fact, when we first started drilling, we were already into environmental assessment, which is obviously a really important part of the development cycle, so full credit to the team for keeping that moving. That all culminates in the first formal documents that get submitted. Before the end of the year, our project description will go in. And that basically starts the timeline through to mining approvals and construction commencement. So our expectation is that that's in the order of about 2.5 to 3 years. So at that time, let's say late 2026, first half of 2027, we'd be constructing at Corvette. And yeah, obviously we're looking forward to that day.
Absolutely. Now, offtake agreements are a big part of the mining industry. Are they on the cards for Patriot Battery Metals, and can you provide an update on that?
There's certainly corporate interest, Grady, so no shortage of people that want to engage with Patriot. We're not in a mad screaming rush. There is more work to be done at a mine level to underwrite future production targets and what they'll be. But in the meantime, we'll keep talking to all the relevant players about what's required in North America and Europe to support the growth there.
And what does 2024 have in store for Patriot Battery Metals?
Lots of drilling, lots of drilling. Yeah, so we've been ramping up the number of rigs, and by the time we come back into the depths of the winter program, we'll have 10 rigs running, which is no mean feat in Quebec. So that's all part of ensuring that the world knows just how big the Corvette project's going to be.
Absolutely. Ken Brinsden, thank you so much for your time today from Patriot Battery Metals. If you enjoyed that episode of From the Helm as much as I did, why not subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of the market commentary, interviews and analysis that we complete.